too.
What the hell is even that?
Real gamers speak.
And it's live.
Okay, first of all, ain't nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the fuck up.
9,
8, 7, 6, 5,
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Hey, good evening, wonderful people. Welcome to another episode of the pod. I have newcomer Jonathan Bruce, first time on the mic, 1212. Go ahead and say hey to everybody. Brucey Bruce.
Hey, everybody. White What's going on, everybody?
Yeah. Paris is watching too, so go ahead and say hey to Paris, man.
What's going on, Paris?
Yeah. Chris on there too. Chris like say yes sir. And Phil.
What up?
Yeah.
That intro, my intro is fire. I might mind you, brother.
Man, get out of here.
You need to keep that shit going. I'm sorry.
And again, what's up, Paris?
What up, Paris?
Yeah, she feels special now. She's telling me, sweetheart. All right, today I got some latest gaming news before I get started. The game I'm playing today is Bayonetta, one of my favorite games of all time. Whoop, whoop. I need some sound effects, by the way. That's coming in part 2. So let's get started with the gaming news. Number 1, the Nintendo Switch 2 has leaked. Phil, did you know about that?
I briefly knew about that it leaked.
Well,
I didn't think they were gonna do another one, honestly.
yeah, I knew they was gonna do another one. It was just we were just waiting. We were just holding our cards and shit. It got an 8-inch display. Right now it's all gray, and they got magnetic controllers that snap in on the sides instead of the slides. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right now we don't have no hardware specs, so we just waiting for the time frame. We got like a little bit, but they're rumored right now. So I don't want to throw any speculation out there. I want to wait until we get all of the information. Also, going back to Nintendo is suing the Pal World developers for the patent of the little Pal Ball and other things, other patents and shit.
Oh, you talking about the Pokeball?
The Pal Ball, Pokeball.
Well,
they kind of look the same. But
so I didn't pay no attention. Okay.
Yeah, nobody didn't pay it no attention. Most of the shit was made by AI. And Nintendo wanted to wait until Pal World hype kind of died down to be like, hey, let's start suing these bad boys. They kind of took our shit, even though they didn't. Bill, you already know about this one. Ghostface has a fatality similar to the Scream 6 scene when he's like stab everybody and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was alright. That's dope.
Yeah. Devil May Cry is getting an animated Netflix series. Key thing though, Devil May Cry already had an anime in the past. Just a little FYI. If you haven't seen it, you can probably go check it out. Mappa and CD Projekt Red hinted of making another cyberpunk anime. It's not it's not Edge Runners.
Yes.
No, you talking about yes to that. Here's yes to this one. Splinter Cell Dead Watch announcement on Netflix. They are making an animated Splinter Cell series.
That's what's up.
And they're making an animated Tomb Raider series on Netflix as well. So y'all look out for that. Yeah, I'll get dates as soon as that like kind of come into play. But I was surprised at it too. I'm like, damn, Netflix dropping the ball on these damn video game adaptations.
No Laura Croft, my girl. Yeah, Netflix about to be $30 a month now.
Let's hope that song getting good. And then last but not least, EA recently did an announcement. They'll be using AI tools on the fly with their video game designs. So what you can do, you can probably put down what you actually want in your game, and whoop whoop, it'll pop up in real time, just like how GPT chat works. Like you could be like, hey, I want the sun to move to the left side of the screen. It'll move to the left side of the screen. So
they're gonna add this to what, a Sims game?
No,
or any EA game.
no. Right now it's just on the design side. So if you're working on like development for a game, make things a lot easier for you. Instead of just doing the code, you can just type out what you want. It should just pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it for the gaming news for today. I have more, but we could probably save it for next time. I want to hop straight into the topic. And this is your topic. So low key, I want you to introduce it, man. Go ahead and open the floor, man.
Okay. Well, my topic, or the topic tonight, well, one of the topics for tonight is how does everyone balance their real life, their personal real life, and their gaming life, or versus their gaming life. I just want to resonate with people who are watching, or resonate with you guys as well, and talk to you guys about like, how do you guys balance it, being a boyfriend, husband, fiance, brother, sister, anybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, how does that kind of, the stigma with video games and you being an adult, how that kind of affects you as well? Because people don't like adults, be you, Kwame,
grown men,
grown men, grown women playing video games. So yeah.
Oh, it's a waste of time. You should be doing something else, like investing in the stock market,
right?
Or clean.
And I have some facts pulled up as well. When it comes to video games, and they're very positive facts.
Oh man, this man got evidence. Hey man,
yes,
we got a debate going on. Holy
yes,
shit.
sir.
All right, man. I guess I can start. I'm honestly trying to find a remote over here so I can turn the TV to the game so I can play it.
Okay. Who want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go
go.
first.
I'm sorry.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, I'm different stages of my life. When I was like in that mode when I wanted to build a family and going to school, I had like set hours where I used to play the game, and I'll play the game for like maybe like 2 hours or 3 hours per se, and I go back to my duties. Now I got just a tad bit more free time. I am back in school, but school is easier this go around because I don't have to work as hard like I did on the first go round. I know what I need to do, and I'm just getting it done. Go ahead and knock it out. Now I'm playing the game with y'all boys.
Good.
As you're getting shit done sometimes though, you have to put the controller down, get them bills out the way. There'll be times where, yeah, Paris is in here. Paris be wanting to go out, get out the house sometimes, and I be down with her because sometimes it's not good to always just stay in the house and just dwell with what the hell's going on in the house. Sometimes it's better for you to go out. Even if I feel like playing the game and she feel like going out, I'll still choose to go out over playing the game because I can always come back to playing the game. And right now, there's not really anything gaming wise for me to lock in of what the young kids would say. But if I did have my hands on a new game and I had the time for it, or I would create time to actually play that new game. Like if I get Wukong right now, I'd probably be murdering that game.
Because you got a lot of time on your hands right now.
Yeah, I got a lot of time other than school, but
all right.
Other than that, yeah, why not? But no, I want to actually hear from the people that got them work hours that's actually cutting into the time that they do want to play the game and shit. That's what I want to hear from.
Okay.
Oh, so you mean someone like me? What I do? Ah, okay. So I can't disclose so much because of HIPAA violations, but I can put this out there that I do work for EMS and fire and law for 911, and it is very time consuming because I usually work between the ranges of 12 to 18 hours. Um, it does come in. It does cut into the gaming aspect because sometimes I get home and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just not with it. I don't want to game. I just want to sleep. I just want to wash up and sleep. So it can cut into that sometimes, but I do make time to play because it's a stress relief.
Yeah, that's
It just helps me get out everything that I've gone through for that day.
Sure.
And as I tell people, when you call 911, you don't call because you're having a good day. You call because your shit has hit the fan, and I'm the one who has to clean it up. So it's video games and just gaming in general can help so much with just relieving that stress, relieving and just getting over that day of everything that you had to go through. So it is very positive for me that I do play sometimes. And like Kwame said, sometimes y'all don't even know. Sometimes I just leave the house and y'all don't even know. I just go out. Just if it's not even just going for a walk, it's riding in the car, just going somewhere, just clearing my head. So sometimes I don't always leave the house, but that playing and gaming is that outlet. And I've always said when you have stressful jobs, you need an outlet. And it just so happens that video games are my outlet. Music, video games, my outlet. So I don't dwell and think about what people say about you being older and playing video games because let's just be real. Who has to buy the video games for the kids in the first place? We do.
The adults.
Yeah.
We do. Adults. So why not play and partake when we have to buy them in the first place? Who, like, you're not going to see a 3-year-old come up and say, "Oh, I want that." Yeah, I'm going to buy this with this money. So I just never understood where everybody said, "Oh, you're too old to play video games." Now, do I expect to be 80 and playing video games? No.
Who knows? You might be. You never know.
Who knows? Maybe, but who knows? Maybe I'm 80 and I'm still in my right mind and I'm still be able to move and do the things that I want to do. Who knows? Maybe I may play a little game or two here when I'm 80. You know, but there's nothing wrong with that aspect. I just think that everybody's just entitled to their own opinion, which I'll never take from anybody. But there's no guaranteed fact about video games being good and or bad. It's what people and their outlook make it out to be.
We got a shout out from Sheldon, man. He said everything in moderation. Like,
Yeah.
you just you play the game, set some hours. If you gotta get some stuff done, don't play the game. If you do, if you got like some free time, just go ahead and unwind, enjoy yourself. If you actually enjoy playing video games, like Phil says, if it's your outlet, if it de-stresses you, fucking play it.
yeah, I agree.
I guess let's hear from a new person today, Bruce. Let's hear his output on it.
All right, you get me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like the most important part is to be present in the moment of what you're doing at that point in time, because otherwise you're not really going to enjoy it for real. And I'm guilty of that really bad because it's so many different things that I want to be doing, so many projects I want to work on. I want to tackle this. I want to get this done. I want to do that. I want to be studying this. I should be doing this to be bettering myself, not be playing games. And because of which, I don't enjoy it as much when I'm focused on everything. So when I actually just took that time,
And see, that's where the negative comes in when it comes to gaming. People think that because you're not trying to better yourself, which most people are, and it depends on the person really, who, if you prioritize video gaming over going to work, then that's when it becomes a problem. But if you're not, I know a lot of people, i.e., Kwame, i.e., Phil, Bruce, I don't know you too much, but I'm pretty sure you're one of those guys as well, who know how to balance gaming and their personal life, going to work and doing all this stuff. And that's also a negative thing that video gaming has. And I'm glad that you brought that up.
Like the balance for the actual time during is the guilt from feeling like, okay, well, and I guess from being around so many of those different sources where they're like, oh, video games are a bad thing, and like you shouldn't be playing. What kind of grown man is playing video games?
Right.
Like, say, this is my way that I like to de-stress. There are other things that I could be doing to de-stress. There are things that I could be doing that are not quite constructive to be doing to de-stress. That's why I say like I had to unplug from that way of thinking. I had to actually focus on being present in the moment. Like if this is me trying to play my game so I can unwind and de-stress and decompress, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like fuck all the other stuff. Like I want to actually play my game. Like I say that nerds don't really grow up. Our toys just become more expensive. I want to play my game. Like fuck that. I spent $12,000 on this computer. Who cares? It's my money. Like I can do things with this computer that you can't do with another $12,000 expense that you may have blown. As a matter of fact, you probably wasted twice as much on some bullshit. I've got show for this, and I can do more with that. I can become a trader with this. I can make an empire off of this $12,000 investment. But regardless of which, yeah, that's how I balance it. Like I try to stay focused when I'm at work. I work. I do my job. I do damn good at my job. When I come home, when I'm spending time with my old lady or with my son or with my little people, like is I'm actually present in that moment. When I'm with my friends, I'm with my friends. When I'm doing my side business and stuff, I'm doing that. And trying to learn how to keep those from overlapping, that's been my biggest struggle because of that whole adult guilt BS. But now that I'm learning to be present in the moment, any given time, like Black Wukong, I'm about to start devoting at least 30 to 40 minutes of maybe every other day of my life to that game. Whenever I do get it, not every day, but
or maybe a level.
Well, you know, them levels them things kind of vast. I done did a little bit of research and you know, I loves me a nice little Souls like, and that's a Souls like that went through.
It is.
But with Kung Fu, and they might beat me a level about a week. Oh, do it. But yeah, those my 2 cents for real, family.
Word.
And I agree. I agree with everything Bruce said. And not to piggyback off what he's saying, but like I said, he's right. It's that balance and living in the moment. Because if I'm going to keep worrying about everything that's going to be happening in the future, then how am I present in the moment to do things? It's also that, like I said, it's always that stigma that is, you're too old for this, you're too old for that. And I just don't think that's true when it comes to video games. You can be how old you want. If that is something you place your money and you're investing money into, then you get all of that worth out of the money that you spent. Because at the end of the day, me spending money on what I want is not harming you.
It's nice.
It's not harming you. I'd rather play a video game to be out here robbing a bank, doing something illegal, costs me more time of my life that I'm already losing by working a 12 to 18 hour shift. Of time that I'm not getting to be productive. Yeah, I'm productive at work, but I'm not productive in life. I'm not productive at other things I want to do in life while I'm at work. Because what I do, I have to have complete devotion and concentration to what I'm doing. I can't slack off for a second. So at that point, when you have a job with that high of a stress, that type of high stress, you need something to decompress. You need something for an outlet. And that's just so happen video games is it. Like I said, music, video games, that's what it is for me. So it's not about, to me, it's just not about putting an age on it. It's a limit. Where you can put a limit on it.
Yeah,
you don't have to game for 18 hours. You don't have to game for 17 hours a day unless you're streaming. That's what your job is. So I'm not gonna not those who stream because they stream for hours, but that is their job. That is their source of income. So I will never, downplay what they do. But as an adult, I've learned to balance those things. Make sure I get the proper amount of sleep. Make sure that I am focused when I am at the job. And then when I come home, something that I can just let go and be free and just be me at that point in time. Because are you really you at your job? No.
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 Hey,
No.
I want to
I
add
can-
in
I can
something
attest to
about the job as well, but I'll just let you go ahead and finish up after you.
Well, like I said, it's just all about what your preference are. Because, as Bruce said, you can go and say, I spent this amount of money and it's a waste of time. But then, is it a waste of time when I'm getting value out of it? Or are you going to spend something very senseless that you're probably only going to use more than maybe once or twice and then get rid of it or never do anything with it? I.e., like people have this fascination with just buying a bunch of cars, a bunch of clothing. Well, those things get old and you have to replace them. Quite often, you can keep a gaming system for a good while and get a lot of worth out of it without having to replace it unless something dumb happens, like kids break it or some freak accident,
or somebody
other-
pour water on it.
Yeah, and that's immediate skibbity paps on that one. But
I ain't lying.
But at that point, like you said, you have wasted money on something that you're not going to get a lot of value out of. So you spent more than double on something that I paid for, which could be $400, but you went out and spent something like $800 to $1,000 that you're not going to keep using. So who really loses money there? You or I? Because I'm making the most out of the value of what I've spent.
Now check it. Now I got two sides to this coin. So first, let me tell you about the work, and then I'll tell you about the other side of the coin. So per se, I would like to get better at work, but work, the job actually has a cap to what you can actually learn at the job. Everything else that you need to learn for like IT and stuff, you got to learn outside of my job. So if I actually do want to learn some more stuff or learn something different, I can't learn it from within the job field. I got to go outside from it. So it's like, if I want to actually pursue like something different or something better, I can't really learn it at the job. There's a ceiling to it. So I do learn stuff on the side, but I would rather play the game. Hey, you only live once, right? Now,
that's how the whole thing about learning balance comes in.
Yeah,
I know personally speaking why I said like that. Whenever I do get Black Myth Wukong, I'll probably only play like 30 or 40 minutes every other day. And between that, I'll be pursuing my passions. Like, I love trading. And so in between that, to balance out the time that I spend into decompressing and unwinding and playing the game, I'll do some trading classes and study something the other days. Or I'll put an hour into that game, put an hour into the trading or whatever, make sure I handle my responsibilities and earn my right to fuck off. And then
who knows? You might actually get good enough to trade to the point where you could trade and play the game at the same time.
Exactly, and I've done that. I've done that. That's like that's why I say it's worth it. That's why it's worth it. You make
go ahead and get the hard shit out the way now. So by the time you come back, boom, you can actually do what you want and do what you actually learn at the same time.
Hell yeah. Like, you got to earn your right to fuck off. Once you've earned your right to fuck off, like I tell my son all the time, do the hard stuff first. And then after you've done the hard stuff first, the easy stuff is easy. You get it out the way. You earn your right to fuck off. Because the fun stuff, at least the hard stuff is done. You got your responsibilities out the way, because if you do it the other way around, you fuck off and then your responsibilities don't get handled. Then now everybody looking upset and sad, and you like, oh man, no, fuck it. Do the hard stuff, then have fun. It'll be there. It will be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
it's
go ahead, Phil.
It's just like I tell everybody, especially my nieces and nephews, older nieces and nephews at that. And I always tell them like, hey, it's like, you always playing, you playing the game on like, that's what you do. Yes, I decompress. But I tell them there's one thing that you'll never see y'all struggle with, and that's make sure bills are paid. That's an adult thing to do. My bills are paid ahead of time. I don't have to go and ask nobody. No, my bills are paid ahead of time. I get those things out of the way first. So whatever money that I do have left that spends on me is strictly for me. I don't have to spend money according to the world and what the world wants me to do. And I always tell people, have a mind of your own. If that's what makes you happy, that's what gives you peace and solace, then you do that. You don't have to conform to this world where everybody thinks you should be a certain somebody at a certain type of age.
Yeah.
Now,
and if you ain't making this amount of money in this amount of years or before this date, it's like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Right, now, intellect and being smart intellectually with your money, yes, I agree with that too, and that's me. I don't do senseless spending. So I get what people may say, oh, it can't, I get what he's saying, like, hey, at a certain age, you got to have priorities in check. My priorities are in check. So it's all about what people perceive it to be. Just because you play video games don't mean you're not a responsible adult. And for those who say, oh, well, playing video games, you're childish, you haven't grown, you haven't matured, what do you mean? Now some people don't mature. I will give you that.
Yeah,
but that's not everybody.
That's not everybody.
And when it comes to me, and I'm going to say this, that I say it proudly, you can go off into the direction in which you can fuck if you think that I'm going to listen to you and you in this world by telling me I should be something at a certain age. Because who makes it to these certain ages where they should have, where you think they should have what they have? Everybody's not a millionaire. Everybody's not going to be a millionaire. Yeah. Everybody's not going to have this money where they can just pour it out and just do what they want to do and just live big. That's not an adult. That doesn't make you an adult. That doesn't make you responsible. You just have a busload of money that you can do it with, but that don't make you responsible. Yeah. We see the richest people make the most stupid mistakes. So
and they're not the most happiest either.
Exactly. Money does not always make you happy. And matter of fact, money doesn't make you a better person. It just enhances the person that you already are. Ooh. So if you're an idiot with money, you're gonna be an idiot spending money.
Money doesn't measure your success either.
It does not. Because I'm very successful at what I do. And I keep it under wraps. Not a lot of people know where I work. I don't want a lot of people to know where I work. I don't want people to know what I do for a living all the time. But I know what I do is special. I know that I have maxed and I've done everything that I can at my job. Have I maxed my potential in what I'm doing? Absolutely not. I can still go up from where I am. Mm-hmm. So I have those dreams and I have those things when it comes to the job to move even higher. Those are my goals. I don't let those goals come in the way of video gaming because those are two separate lives. When I'm home, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at home. When I leave work, my work is staying at work. Whatever I have to complete, it's going to be there for me the next day. Because what I do, I can't take my work home with me all the time. That's classified stuff that I can't take home. So some of that stuff has to stay at home, but that doesn't mean that I'm not productive. That doesn't mean when I come home at some time, I don't map out what I'm going to do the next day. No, I don't video game every day. It's something called meditation, people. I meditate.
Hey, I'm about to hit up the other side of the coin. Let's hit up the side where people actually do play games for a living. The streamers and the tournament players and the speed runners, people that actually make money from off of video games. The ones that their personal life is part of the game.
Yeah.
Like necessarily, our jobs, of course, is not dealing with games, so we have to focus on something else. And gaming can be something we can do to unwind. But now I want to hit up like the other side. People that actually work while gaming or play the game to work and then still gotta deal with personal life. Honestly, I kind of wish we had a person that actually make money from playing video games so we could hear their side if they actually do enjoy playing games. That honestly, I would love that to be like a career choice. Like, hey, I can just stop what I'm doing and just play the game and make money. But they ain't me.
I would imagine that it's not really enjoyable when it becomes. I feel like when it comes to like money involved in gaming. I mean, I get it's paying the bills, but I just feel like
Paris got to go to bed. Good night, Paris.
Good night, Paris.
Good night, Paris.
I just feel like when money is getting involved in something that you used to have a passion for, then that's when it gets tiresome.
Mm-hmm.
It gets boring. It gets because I mean, there's a lot of games out here where people just gives it their all in this game, and you can tell. I don't watch some streams where like they just look tired, bro.
Yeah,
they're not really enjoying the game. They're doing it for a check, which is okay as well. I mean, I get that because it's paying the bills, but when it becomes not enjoyable for me personally, I don't think I want to do it. I mean, yeah, it's the easy road, but man, nah. I feel like even though playing video games, it builds character, it helps your mental skills, it helps your brain activity. It's a stress reliever for majority of people or gamers, not people, gamers.
So it's
sports. So it's sports, yeah, for sure. But you can also get severely hurt in sports as well because most sports are physical.
Yeah,
I am testament to that. 70 searchers later, so
we.
Sheldon says, think about the person making the video game.
Welcome.
The developers, people that's making the damn video game. Actually, that's part of their job. Honestly, with them, actually seeing the finished product might be more like the finish line, like the woohoo moment. Like, damn, this is something I actually made. It looks good, or it's garbage. We gotta somehow sell this dog shit to damn consumers.
And they not putting any, but who is the blame? The developers or the people who's buying it? That's the real question.
Simply the best say, hey yo, we got some watches tonight. Shoot. And we didn't really hear your 2 cents about it, man. What you got to say about it?
So this is personal for me.
Okay.
So I do work. I work 40-hour weeks, not to the extent of Phil or extent of probably you, because I think you might work more hours than me, and also Bruce with a business.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
Because Bruce working 9 to 5 and try to get like a business going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I work a 9 to 5, and I just try to get some extra schooling so I can learn more.
Well, that's also you bettering yourself. So that's even more hours to build off your current profession right now, or is it
to build up my current profession right now?
Okay,
and then don't forget, me and Bruce, we got kids.
Even
though Phil don't got kids, Phil still do like 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, 12-hour shifts.
And he cater to a household.
Oh yeah, that too. Yep. But for me, it hits a little home. Like I said, I work 40 hours out the week. I work for my city and everything like that.
Oh, you work for his city.
And gaming for me and balancing my life, I'm a homebody. There are things that I want to do outside of gaming. Like I have grown a passion for cutting grass. So I want to actually, when I build up enough money for that, get a landscaping service when I get enough money for it. Or is other things that are
real quick.
Oh hell yeah, if you're gonna pay me good, hell yeah. For sure. And I'll cut the hell out of it too.
I appreciate it. I need my grass cut.
Hey, welcome here, Jordan. Hey.
Welcome, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, man. I want to hear your 2 cents after Phil is finished. And is finished.
All right, no problem.
Yes, sir.
So trying to balance my life and gaming life is quite easy for me. I'm not going through too many stresses, and I'm not going to get too personal online. Y'all know what's going on, really. People who personally know me, the stuff outside of what I, go through outside of video gaming. Mm-hmm. So the way I balance it is I game. I don't game like 12 hours out the day now. I do have a job, so I gotta have a limit and cut off on that.
Yes.
But when it comes to actually gaming, I game majority of my days while I also build my character skills at work. I build on. I feel like gaming definitely improved me throughout the years. I have
man,
definitely. Yo, who said that, man?
Simply the best.
Don't tell me. I'm pretty sure it's Christina, bro, wasn't it?
Nah, it's not. No, just
It wasn't?
continue, man. Like you had some chemistry going on. Continue. Don't let these commenters get inside your head space, man. Go ahead.
So when it comes to, like I said, once it comes to gaming, for me, it's real personal, and I love video gaming. And again, I
do too.
don't, you know, go all out with it like most people do. But I definitely game majority of the days I am. But there was a time period where I was prioritizing gaming over my personal shit.
Okay.
There was a time, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to nobody. There was a time where I could not. I was missing out on work.
Now here's the question though.
It consumed me a lot.
But what was the question though? Why were you doing it? Was it like
it was an escape for me.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like
it was a main escape from the ails and problems that I had going on.
Yeah,
it got real bad for me, and until I got my new occupation, I had to be like, yo, okay, well, and I also have a daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't neglecting her at all. Don't get that misconstrued.
Yeah,
but
we understand that.
I would say that I was home and not home at the same time.
So you be home and just boom, get on the game.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so when it comes to like people, because I feel like gaming helped me a lot, especially when it comes to my personal life. Man, the city I live in, bro, I could have been doing anything.
You could have been
anything.
Selling drugs.
I could have been selling drugs, robbing a bank, like Phil said. I could have been out here beating on people, whatever the fuck. I could have been in jail, dead, even worse.
Where's Reggie, by the way? It's the man.
So for me, gaming is a big part of my life, and I thank gaming for where I'm at because it definitely improved me. Yeah, I had some downsides, and I had to do a lot of reevaluating, but for me, that's what it was. I had to deal with that problem. I dealt with the problem. Bing, bang, boom. So, yeah, that's my story right there when it comes to me balancing out my personal life and my gaming life. And like I said, the stigma with like video gaming definitely bothers me, especially, not to get on women. I don't want this podcast to turn into that shit. I am a straight man, so when I hear women, or even grown men as well, not gonna just put that on the women, but grown men and grown women think that video gaming is not a positive thing for anybody, that bothers me. And maybe I shouldn't let it bother me too much to the point to where it defines who I am or whatever the case is, because it definitely didn't define me, but I just don't like that stigma because I know, like I said, I know you guys. So, and I know that you guys, I look up to a lot of you guys. Y'all take care of y'all business when y'all need to take care of it, and y'all game at the same time. So when I feel they generalize all gamers, I take that personal. Okay. Like Michael Jordan.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah.
So Jordan, let's hear your 2 cents about the topic. The topic is balancing your personal life with gaming.
Oh, facts. That's hard as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
We just want to get your 2 cents about it, man.
Sometimes it's hard as hell. Other times you just can't. It's there as a release. For me. It's just about I get bored really easy, so if I need something to keep my attention, then I'll game a little bit. But like you said, I didn't let it consume me like it does some people. And to piggyback on what he said, I do think it has a bad stigma, but I also think it comes from people being in maybe relationship wise and stuff like that, where the other person is heavily entrenched in a game.
Yeah, the outliers.
And thus it gives a bad. Well, it's not an outlier, but it's more like they deal with the obsessive side or the neglect, the negligence that it can come from, because it is real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My wife had her ex was terrible. Like, the story she tells me is essentially he would ignore all else and just play 2K Madden, and that's it. You know, wouldn't take care. He wouldn't he wouldn't help out.
The dishes need to be done, man. I need to get my player up to down 85 tonight.
She said he would. What else would he do? Like, would help out with the kids. He wouldn't, like, if kid was crying, he would just put a pacifier on the kid. Just, hey, that's it. So that's the negligence I'm talking about, and it does. Unfortunately, it does happen.
Yeah, for sure.
We really can't.
And some of those guys just need to. I just feel like those types of people just need to evaluate themselves when it comes to that, because I know that's definitely real, man. Like I said, I was one of those guys, not too engulfed in the fucking gaming, but I was definitely like on some like, yo, like that's all I think about. Gaming when I get home, even at work.
Christina talking about, are we talking about gaming or ED? Talking about sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not. And what were we just talking about? A guy that had ED today?
We did, but nah, bro. What does ED have to do with what? Like what? Yo, Christina, like bro, just lay back in here, bro. Just listen.
Okay, bro.
All right, bro.
Hey, one thing I am gonna say though about that, because when it comes down to it, a lot of people do have a reduced tolerance for it. So whereas a person's spin on it may be, oh, the kids was crying. Not saying not knocking your wife, because I like the relationship I was in prior to the one I'm with now. If I would have picked up the controller for 5 minutes when the person I was with felt like I shouldn't be touching the controller, it would be comments like, "Oh, my next relationship, I'm gonna make sure my boyfriend don't play video games." Whereas they would spend hours playing video games whenever they had downtime. Whenever I wasn't doing anything, if I wanted to pick up the controller, it was an issue. And so it comes down to it, people may put a negative spin or filter on something because they feel like when it comes down to video games, it's a childish pastime. Again, Jordan, I know you're a gamer and you're still a gamer and you're currently married, so I'm sure this doesn't apply to your wife, because it sounds like as long as you're being reasonable and you're balancing your time out.
No. Don't get me wrong. We've had some talks in the past and everything, but it was more so she had to overcome her whatever that word is. Yes,
Her preconceived notions when it comes down to your pastimes.
But I also had to be understanding, because I can't change 16, 17 years worth of ill will towards of ill will towards a thing. So it wasn't necessary that she was mad at that, but it was basically her. It was what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's a trigger.
Oh, yeah, I can understand that.
So it was very triggering. So again, it just comes down to some people have very, very. It does trigger people because it's maybe it's exaggerating or exasperating a certain people feel neglected, or people just don't talk about why, they just let it ride out.
they feel like it's a waste of time. Like if you got time to play video games, then you could be doing anything else. And so because they feel that you could be doing anything else, it becomes a point of contention because of the fact that they don't see, as Philip said previously, they don't see the value in it. Whereas they may want to turn up, or they may see the value in watching, I don't know, a reality TV show or reading a book or whatever. By that same token, they don't see or cannot understand the value
Well,
in.
well, Bruce, people got their vices. My vice is playing the game. Their vice might be watching a reality TV show. Let me do my thing.
That's true, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you respect the fact that they got their vices too. I mean, that I have my vice just like you got your vice, and so whereas you may feel like I'm wasting my time, and you mad that I'm not up under you, I feel like it's a waste of time to sit here and this is boring to me. Like I could be doing anything else. Why can't I be doing this and playing the game at the same time? Like I don't understand why do I have to be focused on you completely? But getting off the point. Long story short, people will say, okay, well, oh God, all he did was, he let the baby cry.
Yeah.
Okay, he let the baby cry because he was tapped out. He just sat down, just got on the game, just kicked off his shoes for real, just and then when it comes down to it, the baby's crying. Hopefully, thinking that he has a partner he can depend on after a long day at work. Hey, get the baby if you don't mind. I'm thinking you're gonna get the baby, not just automatically expecting me to do it after a long day.
Yeah.
I think it really boils down to communication at that point.
It is 100% communication.
It does. No, I understand what you're talking about. It does come down to communication. But in this case, it was vastly different. It wasn't that way. It was complete. Well, I don't want to say complete neglect, but there was no helping. It was all,
one-sided.
Yeah, one-sided. I'm gonna do it by myself because
you're
just gonna keep doing what you're doing, and that's
unfortunately that's when it gets toxic.
Yeah, that's when it gets toxic, and then there's a hate that gets created, and then it's just like why even bother type thing. So I understand, Don't get me wrong. We want to come home and we want to, us ourselves relax. But when you have different priorities, sometimes those priorities have to take precedence over anything else.
Yeah,
you cannot sit there and be like, oh, well, which again, it's not wrong. But it does show a lack of precedence. Maybe that's just how I grew up, where, if I wanted to play a video game, I had to make sure, chores were done, homework was done, everything was done. So that way, I'm sitting down, there's nothing else for me to do. Bam, I can play. And so still to this day, that's how I
operate.
Yeah, that's how I operate.
Yeah, I had to learn that as well.
Yeah. And
I had to learn that.
But that's just me. I know other people aren't like that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just feel some type of way because it's just like certain priorities. Unless you're doing Twitch and you're making money and everything, and that's completely different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that have 9 to 5s, come back home, and then immediately jump on, ignore everything else.
Yeah,
that's something you cannot do.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But also I just hearing some of the things that I was hearing you guys speak. For the ones who do have children, don't get me wrong, I do not have children, but I take care of them. These guys know.
Yeah.
Lord knows I'll be tired. I have to come home, hear baby cry all night. Deal with that. That messes with your mental as well. So, at some point in time, we've got to legalize everybody having their own guilty pleasures and vices. Because if you're telling me my vices is wrong, well, what about yours? Because there may not be a video game, but like Kwame said, you can be sitting there watching a reality TV show that can be just utterly toxic, utterly trash. You're taking in that type of energy of what you're watching. that could be seen as a vice that's a waste of time. So we've got to. The word is compromise, people.
Compromise.
I don't think people. That word is a thing that people do not like, but it is something that is very important when it comes to people who have children and relationships, married, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you have. Compromising, sacrificing. Those two big words. And then there's another thing. Sometimes you just find that spouse or that person that is just outright selfish, and everything has to revolve around them. So, with that, if you can find the right balance,
ain't nothing wrong with love.
Balance. You have to find the right balance.
Yeah.
You can't prioritize one over the other. But if you can find that equal balance in between, where hey, I got this done, I got that done, this is done, I've done this for you, I've gotten this done for you, I've done this, I paid all the bills, everything is taken care of. Well, why not have some time to do or have your own vice that relaxes you? It shouldn't be a judgment there. It should be two people, especially when in a relationship, that understand one another, that can come to a compromise, that can sacrifice and say, you know what?
Unless you did.
He's been at work all day. He just wants to unwind. I'll allow that. Once he unwinds, then we can get into talking about what we need to talk about. Or we take turns. He's unwind now. He's good to go. He has the child. Now let me unwind because I've been with the child. It has to be the right balance and compromise in there. And I think that's what it comes down to, that people don't want to compromise. And that's one of the biggest problems there. Communication, compromising, and finding the right balance.
Hey, for the people that's like been in relationships, currently in relationships, or married, and you gaming and stuff. I never been like in a particular relationship or talked to somebody that didn't really accept me not playing the game. They actually get either intrigued that I play the game and they watch me play it, or they actually play the game themselves and they trying to introduce me to other things. So it's kind of weird for me to actually probably either start talking to somebody that kind of despise playing the game. So
yeah, because for some people, playing a video game is a deal breaker for some people.
For real? See?
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yes, my last relationship, it was a deal. Like when it came down to it, she was like, she wanted to find someone who didn't play video games.
Damn.
If the controller was picked up, and the irony was she herself was a gamer, and so when it comes down, yes, absolutely.
See, that's a hypocrite. That's just what that is.
Like, that's a hypocrite right there.
Hypocrisy, Jesus.
No, you should have been playing The Sims, damn it.
I will say this though as well. If you have someone like, well, in my case, if someone extremely doesn't like it, but over time you can introduce them, or better yet, you can find games that you both can play together. That does make a huge difference as well.
It was my Xbox that she played with all of my video games. Like, it's fine. It's cool. Listen, I understand. Trust me. Not the value of what you say. Trust me. I did all the avenues, tried all the big-brained, open-minded, objective, unbiased BS. No, it was just a toxic situation.
No doubt that. If you're in a toxic situation, get out. You don't need to deal with that.
That's exactly what was going on in your case, man.
Another person's pastimes. Like, that's where the whole devaluation and lack of communication stuff comes in, because people don't value another person's pastime, or another person really sees what you're doing as worthless.
Ooh.
Like, it's like all that stuff doesn't matter. So they can do all the stuff that their pastimes may literally be fruitless. But as long as you're doing something they see as worthless, it doesn't really pan out to much of anything. So yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. And that's crazy to me, what I never understood. When people say just men playing video games at a certain age is just a waste of time. You can go your whole life with a plan and or dream that you would like to reach. And you spend your whole life chasing that dream that you never actually catch. It eludes you. So is that not time wasted?
Man, you need to watch
I think
that movie called Whiplash with the man playing the drum. That might actually answer your question. But go ahead, Phil.
Is that not time wasted that you chase something all these years that you never achieved?
Oh,
that you spent your life, your whole life chasing, that you never enjoyed life really completely because you chased the dream based on someone else's stigma of who you should be. I think that's where a lot of people just need to, as I said, go off into the direction they can fuck. Because you can't put a limit on someone's life. Some people mature way later than others. Some people find their niche in the world later than others. I don't put a limit on what someone should be and what age they should be when they get to. We don't know anyone's life. Life deals some mean cards and some tough curveballs, and sometimes things of their vices help them to cope and or control anger, emotion when they do these things because they don't want to be reminded sometimes of things failing. Sometimes these vices that we have help us cope in life, and there should be no one that should come to you and take you out of that comfort, because I was taught, like I said, if you compromise, if that person really loves you, they'll compromise. Because at some point you're going to want me to compromise on something you got going on. You're going to want me to see things your way, and hey, this is how I'm thinking about it. This is what, it's going to be something. We've got to stop, and we got to stop with the judgment and actually normalize people actually having things that help them get through things. At some point in time, some people play video games because as older adults, it makes them feel young again. Because some people can't handle getting older. So sometimes these things do help people cope. They do help people, get through their day-to-day lives. And it shouldn't be something that you pass judgment on. Like I said, there's no real right or wrong answer whether you feel like it's a waste of time or not. It's what you make it and what you perceive it to be. If you allow it to take control of you and allow you to take you off a path in which you should be responsible, that is a waste of time. But as long as you're doing what you need to do, and you're a man about things, or a female, male or female, because we keep saying male, man or female, because female play games too, and I think that's what people forget too. There are females that play games. If they have all of their ducks in a row, like the old people say, all their ducks in a bucket, everything is swiftly moving, it's going in the right direction because they're doing what they're supposed to do, then there's nothing wrong with having vices that take you outside of the real world and put you inside your own world where you feel comfortable and relaxed.
Oh man,
that's some deep talk.
Yeah, I like it.
That is true, and I also feel like even if you play video games, go out there and experience the world, because there's a lot out there that will intrigue you. Just don't get caught up in playing the next best thing or playing the game for like whole week, or you don't shower, you don't take care of yourself.
Well, that's nasty. I'm sorry, that's nasty.
Man, Jordan, you understand, man? I gotta play Smash, man. I gotta not watch. I gotta play for 2 days.
Exactly. That's why I don't like being wild Kwame. I'd be like, dang, Kwame stink today. But it's like he said, like it's everything has to be taken in moderation. So if you enjoy playing, play. Don't let people stop you. And if it's becomes a toxic situation, get out.
Some people don't know that, bro.
But unfortunately, being in that position, it's very, very difficult for the person there to get out of that situation. No matter what you do, it's hard for people. It's hard for people. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and do it early rather than do it later. Because the later you wait, the more difficult and harder it gets.
Oh yeah.
Ant, go ahead and close the topic, man.
Well.
Oh shit, Ant about to close the topic, y'all. Oh shit.
I'm not really good at this, so but that is the end of this topic. We have pretty much, spoke on everything, every aspect of every life ever, hopefully, and hopefully that touches somebody and help them on their way to either better themselves or not feel bad for doing the things they like to do.
Hey,
So, with that being said,
it ain't bad.
I appreciate all of you guys.
Ain't bad. Yeah, hey, the sound effects are coming. Next episode, episode after that, I'm gonna have sound effects. No, matter of fact, next episode I have the sound effects. Fuck that. You get a applause.
I appreciate that. So,
all right. So
everybody have
I guess the next topic. You flip the book. Oh man, I might get my ass beat. Like, about to sit there and watch. On the next topic, 3 games that defy your personality. All right, the premise for this topic is: what are 3 games that people identify you for? Or it could be 3 games that you just enjoy. Or it could be 3 games that the mood of the game or the tone of the game just fit your personality or your lifestyle.
I want to go first. I want to go first.
Oh,
I want to go first.
Yeah, go.
I want to go first.
You're the guest.
I want to go first. All right. So anything made by From Software.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, man, he's a masochist.
So
that's what it sounds like.
The From Software publisher.
Bruh, like when it comes down to it, their games at a deeper level are an allegory for sacrifice and evolution. And to level up, you actually have to because you have to get good, you have to turn crevices into canyons, and you actually gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to be able to actually take the hard-earned experience and choose to either use it on short-term BS that's going to benefit you kind of sort of to help you out a little bit further in the very immediate term, or you have to invest a lot more into something that doesn't really at first seem beneficial. But after you've actually put time, effort into building that stack and that skill up, you finally start to see the difference. It's not immediately evident because it's essentially it boils down to stacking up chip damage that you can get. But eventually that chip damage adds up, and it's really like that with life. That's why when I say for Souls, like as far as any games that define me, anything From Software has done, honestly, from Sekiro to Bloodborne, Elden Ring especially, and Dark Souls primarily, just based off of the fact that those things, like, because I really learned the essence of what it means to sacrifice, to have a greater plot in life, or a lot in life you actually need to sacrifice. And you have to sacrifice that immediate small thing to get something greater. And that sacrifice may not seem worthwhile at the beginning, but after a while, after it starts snowballing, oh shit, I'm 30 levels into strength. I actually can start one-shotting some of the little weaker things, and I can actually clear a room without much issue.
That's right. You got stronger, dog.
Let me keep doing it. All right, boom. But then you start putting too much into one stat, then you hit a soft level cap. I think it's like 40. And so with that being said, you start to plateau. And so that teaches you to be diverse in your approach. It teaches you how to actually be novel in pursuit of whatever it is that you're passionate about. And so with that being, that's why I said those games define me to a T, just based off of this year, especially with my mantra of conservative consistency and small steps to move forward and try to stuff. It's irritating for real. It's irritating because when it comes down to it, like when you're trying to really build yourself up to try to have something greater, the progress is slow at the fastest. It's slow as shit at the fastest. But as you start to make headway, it actually starts to pay off, and you look backward and you see just how much further it is, and you feel just how good the suck feels compared to the suck how it used to feel. So it's like right now I'm just with this whole mantra of growth and such. Those games series define me. Anything that got a stamina bar tied to it. So I really can't wait till Black Myth Wukong. I really can't wait for Black Myth Wukong. I can't wait to get a console. Actually, I still don't got a console. I'm playing on my iPad. I give myself so much. Anyway, yeah. Okay, that was me.
All right, that's it.
Yeah. You know, you get all the souls. So you know, I kind of cheated a little bit because that's like 15 games right there. Yeah. I was smart. Okay, we can also go with Lies of P, and we can go with Oolong. There we go. All right, there we go. Three games.
That's 3 games. And he did the homework. He passed. Hey, who want to go next?
I can go next. So
Call of Duty.
You wanted to go?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, sure. I'll go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go Jordan.
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Mario Kart. There's some life lessons learned in there very early on. Very early on. One thing for sure, if you're first, you can get knocked back down. That's all I know. That's all I know.
You first or last.
Yep. That's what Ricky Bobby said. You're right about that. No, but seriously though, if you're in first place or in any place, you get knocked down, you get right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in real life, you don't have power-ups, but you do have people that are there to help you. So you can always reach out to those people, and do not be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
I.e., Mario Kart Double Dash. You got help. You got somebody on your backside. And then, what's the other one? What is it? I don't know if it's a life lesson, but Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
Just be on your tippy toes. That's how I was as a kid. Used to sneak around like that. I used to just snuck around to get food, but hey, it did teach me. I feel like that's a life lesson. If I could just sneak around and I'm a ninja in my own house. I feel like that's a life lesson, but other people, it's whatever.
That man get caught. Put that snap back.
Chiptune music, not the chiptune trouble.
Exactly. What's another one? Better yet, Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Oh Lord, you took the Bruce route.
You
took the Bruce route.
He get good. I appreciate that.
It what do you mean? It basically taught me, hey, get good, sucker. Like there is no. It's basically you keep trying until you eventually find another path and you defeat whatever monster you're playing.
That's right.
Because you go back, it's like work or school, right? If you're not doing too well in the subject, what do? You go back to the basics. You level up whatever skills or data points or facts that you know of. You load up on that, and then bam, you come across the next test, aka monster, and you pass with some flying colors.
Man, you should have went in with more vitality instead of strength, bro. Don't meathead.
Hey, sometimes you need that strength though. Don't knock it. But it's like, video games do teach you some life lessons, and sometimes it's not always on the forefront, but if you look out. Oh, and Animal Crossing, Tom Nook is a crook.
He is a
Tom Nook is a crook.
He's a capitalist, bro. That man is a capitalist, dog.
Tom Nook is a crook.
People try to come.
Fancy squirrel. Okay, he is a fancy
No, he
squirrel.
want them bells. He need them bells.
He's a crackhead. That's what he is. That's what he is. He's not but a crackhead.
Tom Crook.
Nah, but
Tom Nook is a crook.
Yeah,
Always hated him because I'm like, hey, how much money is it? It's how much, bruh?
And the
It's
price
like,
keeps going up.
it does. I'd be like, bruh, I'm broke. What do you mean?
No,
Nah,
you know what you need to do.
Animal Crossing taught me to work for my money, and also cheat the system as well.
Oh, that reset, that every year, what you call
Yep.
it?
Yep.
I remember cheats. They taught me that off of G4 TV.
Oh
Yep.
Lord.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Way back in the day.
Used to do that all the time. Anybody to catch me? Nah. But yeah, nah, that's my life lessons right there.
Word. Dude, I guess Ant next, because everybody know what Ant one game is.
Oh my shut up.
I just want to hear him say it.
No, actually, my first game is actually Cyberpunk.
That's cool. Oh, it fits your personality.
It doesn't really fit my personality per se, but it definitely taught me a lot of shit.
Oh Lord, Paris says she's back.
Welcome back, Pat.
Hi, Paris.
Go to sleep, Paris.
It's time
Your
to go to
dad's a
school
bum.
tomorrow.
Nah, your dad's a bum. You can stay up. Don't listen to him.
Oh, digging it down. He called you a bum. That's crazy.
Nah, he know I'm playing.
Oh shit.
But
He just said-
all I want to know is,
So pretty much, Cyberpunk really teaches you
a lot of
like
gray areas.
life paths.
Yeah.
Like really, like it teaches you choices and the consequences to the choices that you make, or whether it's good or bad, really. Because every choice that you make in Cyberpunk, bro, it affects everything else in the world. Everything, like the butterfly play.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a lot of personality when it comes to your main character, which is V. And V is going through what are the past? I think it's Nomad, Street Kid, and what was the last one? Corporal or something like that.
Yeah, Corporal.
So whatever path you chose,
That'll be his backstory.
that's his backstory. So and then it depends if you're a nomad, then you're pretty much like a lone survivor, or if you're a nomad, I think you got kicked out of your faction.
Out of your faction, because they live outside the city.
Yeah, they live outside the city, and it depends. You gotta build. You pretty much building from the ground up if you're a nomad.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know whose side you're on. If you're a street kid, you pretty much know everybody in that city, and you know the gangs. You got connections and all kinds of stuff like that. And if you're a corporal, everybody hates you.
Mm.
So with that being said, like Cyberpunk definitely teaches you like choices in the choices that you make, whether it's bad choices or good choices. And if it's good choices, you'll get something good out of it. Or sometimes it's not even a good or a bad choice.
It's just a choice.
Yeah, it's just a choice. But sometimes you might see a good gun out of that choice, or a bad, terrible fucking gun out of that choice that you make. Or whether it's a lot of shit in there that I'm not going to fucking goddamn say. So, yeah, that's Cyberpunk is definitely my one. Number 2 is definitely COD.
Before y'all got into games where y'all outside like the playground, running to the cornerstone with your friends, doing hood rat bad shit with your friends. I ain't trolling.
Hey, it does keep you out of trouble though. It does keep you out of trouble.
What the hell was I doing? Shit. That's something to think of, cause shit, I don't remember a time when I wasn't playing the game. I brought the game to school.
You right. I was there. I was there for it.
Best days of school year period, bringing the game to school. Best days of the school year, last days of the school year. Oh my god, I was perfect attendance.
Yeah. Hey.
Back as a child, it was like a mixture, but more so for me, it was like riding bikes outside and playing sports. So it was sometimes where I wasn't gaming, but like honestly, it's kind of hard to picture a time where you weren't younger, where you just didn't game. It's kind of weird there. My childhood was a mixture of both, outside and gaming.
I can't say that I had a lot of extracurricular activity. I was always doing shit. Just that I was really playing the game most of the time. But back then,
Oh yeah, my bad. My second game is definitely COD. Now this does kind of hit me personal because at one point, and I still kind of want to do it. I did want to be in the military. Hard to believe, I know, because I don't know, but I did want to be in the military. COD was not like on some like I didn't want to be in the military because of COD, but I am.
And they got you in the game, dog.
Who?
On Call of Duty.
Talking about the oh my goodness, shut up, bro. Talking about Messi or whatever his name is, or what's
no
the
damn Messi. I know who Kwame talking about too.
Hey, yeah, you in the game, dog.
I am not in the game. I did chose that. I bought that character, by the way.
Yeah, they put you in the game, dog. That's you.
Shut up. But I am very fascinated with guns. So like I don't currently have a gun right now. I used to, but I don't have anymore. But I'm very fascinated with gunplay and tactical shooters in general. Like I'm just
Feds, if you're listening, check hard drive.
Oh my goodness.
You making purchases.
I am not violent. All right. But in yeah, I'm very fascinated with like tactical shooters. I actually wanted to be a Green Beret if I would have joined the army.
He wanted to be special team.
I want to be special team, bro. And my last game will probably be probably Ghost Recon or any Tom Clancy game for that matter.
He's a Tom Clancy head, man.
Yeah, because like Tom, like tactical. It goes at the tactical shit.
Just don't get shot.
I could bite the bullet now and be like, fuck it, let's go fucking let's go what is it, Lawnmower Simulator or what is this shit called? Because I actually love cutting grass, bro. Like I ain't never liked cutting grass before until I started doing the shit that I'm doing now. But nah, we gonna go with any like Tom Clancy game.
Okay.
Ever. Because I like tactical shooters. I like thinking about what my next move is gonna be, or whether it's like stealth, or whether we gonna go loud, or whatever the case is. So, yeah.
Oh, that man want to be a military man. Phil, you want to go next?
Sure. 3 games that I identify, well, classifies me or what I identify to. One is going to be any sports game. Why? Because I'm a big sports fanatic. I love sports. I talk about it. I have in a podcast with sports. So I love speaking sports and people who can identify with that as well. People who are intelligent enough to know the right things about sports. I can debate with them for hours. Also, any game that requires me to think outside the box, something that's just not clear cut, that you just you just do it, or it gives you the objective and you got to complete it. Something that makes you think outside the box. Now I'm not gonna lie, I too enjoy Call of Duty because I just enjoy doing executions on people. You will rarely see me shoot somebody. You will see me running around trying to execute somebody just to demoralize them. Like, yeah,
he's not lying either.
And he be playing with ant in the game.
He not lying. He really does.
And Phil be playing with the ant skin.
Sometimes, because he got a cool execution. But one game that really identified with me that I love, when I played them, was God of War. And hear me out. And here's why.
Okay.
And here's why. When I was young, especially younger, when you were playing God of War, you just went and just did reckless stuff with Kratos. You just want to do everything, not really realizing that inside the game was something that could be taught, that you could learn from, and it was the story itself. And especially these last two the last two God of Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you do, much like Ant said about Cyberpunk, everything that you do in life has a reaction, whether it's positive or negative. So me looking at Kratos destroying everything, it's like, yeah, that was cool, but not realizing the consequences that came behind it. You kill Poseidon. Jesus, he killed the hell out of Poseidon. And you flooded half. You flooded half the world. Innocent people, people that had nothing to do with your struggle, people that had nothing to do with what happened to your family or you. You inflicted damage upon them based off your actions. Also, when it came to Atreus, and this was really what spoke to me, you can spend your whole life trying to live up to people's expectations, and you can always seem to let them down. And at some point in life, you've got to just relax and do what's best for you and what your outtake on the world is going to be. And I think that God of War really became this like brutal thing where people really didn't look at the end, like some of the stuff that goes on. Like this is everyday life. You got Atreus trying to make his dad proud, and no matter what he did, never seemed to please Kratos.
Boy,
and right, you get called a boy so much, and I'm just like, you know what? You're like, you know what? This really speaks to me because I myself younger thought that I had to conform and live to a certain expectation of what people thought me to be. You're this tall guy, this big tall guy used to be playing football and basketball. You should be this, you should be that. And I was like, you know what? God of War really shows you and tells you and can teach you a thing if you really paid attention to it. You can't live up to people's expectations. You got to have your own expectations about yourself. What you want to do in this world, what your legacy will be. So God of War really spoke to me in a lot of different ways. And I'm like, all right, I can dig this. I've made these choices, so now I've got to live with these consequences. Or I've done the right thing, so I just got to wait for the right thing to come along and happen to me. So it taught you so much, even though you were just a brute going through things. It was a lot of life lessons, underlying life lessons in God of War if you really paid attention to it. And that's one game that really, that's one series that really spoke heavy to me when I thought about the topic. Because I was like, there are so many things that we go through in life coming up from childhood to now. You can put yourself in some type of situation there, especially with Atreus. I think some of us, and the majority of us in here had someone that had these high expectations, and no matter what you did, you didn't come up to the expectation of that person. So we all can actually probably, feel what Atreus was going through. But that is one game that really spoke to me. But outside of that, I'm a huge sports fanatic, as y'all know, and I love speaking sports. So if you know your sports and you can have a debate about it, I can go back and forth with you all day. Kwame knows that for a fact. Ant knows that for a fact. I can go back and forth. So those are games that just speak to me. Games that require me to think outside the box. Games that inquire sports. And let's not forget, my third, I forgot. Games that have a high, how can I put it? I'll give you an example. I played Just Dance a lot. Why? Because I love music as well. So Just Dance was one of those games where you was like, you want to catch me? You will catch me. If I'm not doing the dances, you gonna see me just sitting there, just listening to the music, going, just singing the music, singing the lyrics or whatnot. Or any game that had karaoke in it because I love music. So those are games that kind of like resonate to me. But God of War is the game that taught me. And when I was in my teens, realized that okay, everything you do has a consequence to it, or some type of reaction to it. So those are the games that just really spoke out to me and just identifies for me.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna do my last three. Y'all could probably guess mine if y'all already didn't know. So my number one game is Tekken. I like the competitive nature of Tekken and the strive to always improve yourself. And then y'all like watching me play Tekken, so boom, that's one. And it got me through a lot of shit back in the day. Man, I just in the house and play Tekken. And the boys be on robbing the hell out of the gas station up the street back in the day. Old Murphys. Number two is Overwatch. It's a team-oriented game. I am a team player, and the game remind me a lot like Halo back in the day. It's zany and it has multiple play styles. I feel like I am a man of many talents, master of none, but know a lot of stuff. Last but not least, my last game is Devil May Cry. It is my favorite type of genre of gaming. My favorite type of genre is hack and slashes. Hence, I'm playing Bayonetta. Also, too, Dante and the game itself is extremely wacky, and I feel that I'm a wacky type of person. And want to actually watch me play Devil May Cry one day. So I think all three games, y'all enjoy watching me playing the games. I enjoy playing the games, and they all kind of describe what type of person I am. So I'll just close with that. I think.
Hey, you see the DMC trailer for Netflix yet?
DLC. Oh
the
yes,
DMC.
Yes.
Bro, oh my god.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh god.
That's one of the gaming news. Even though they already came out with a Devil May Cry anime back in the day. The anime was okay. It wasn't bad. I guess hell.
Yeah, it was just okay. It was literally just okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was just not that good. Well, shit. Just close with that. Basically, just give y'all news. The next pod is gonna be the once a month thing, so we're gonna do another episode of Fuck, Marry, Kill. We might do a regular episode as well on top of the Fuck, Marry, Kill. But we might do the other episode before we do that. So I'm gonna let y'all guys know what we're gonna do for the episode before that and what day we're gonna do it. All right. Other than that, that's about it for today. Let me kill this last person. Whoop, whoop, whoop. For the poet. There it is. Bayonetta, you sexy son of a bitch.
That's rude, Queen.
Nah, that's what she is.
She is a lady, okay? Okay, you say she is a some kind of lady, okay? You say you very pretty lady.
Yeah, she exquisite. She exquisite. She know what she is, and she'll probably quote me for saying it. But
she might quote you, bro.
She might quote me.
No.
Man, you know she bad.
No. But no.
You don't even see that word as disrespectful because she even said it. She said it. She didn't even say it. She's the baddest witch, and she put emphasis on the word witch.
But did she say bitch though? Nah.
You know that's what she was going for. All right.
But did though? But did she go there?
That she was going for it, and you know it. I might put. I'm putting that scene in the edit to prove everybody. To prove you wrong.
You can put it in the edit unless you edit her saying bitch.
No,
okay?
I ain't gonna make her say it.
Okay, so she ain't went there. Okay, that's like saying you went inside the club. You didn't go inside the club. She stayed in the parking lot, and then she stood out there and doom scroll for like 2 hours just to make you jealous.
It's like home. It's a read between the lines. You knew she was going there, but she didn't say it.
But get what? I'm illiterate. She didn't go there. Okay.
Other than that, y'all boys got like anything else before we do the send off?
I would like to say balance your life.
Balance your life.
Balance your life. To the people who don't know that they need balance.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna actually start editing this episode tonight, so y'all boys have a good evening. I'll go ahead and cast it off.
Good night.
Good night, Paris.
Until next time, you guys.
Good night, Paris.
Go to bed, baby. Thank you for watching all the way through to the end of the video. We have more content for you all to explore, so please follow our other platforms at Real Gamers Speak on Spotify and Twitch.